Hey, this is Lance, and welcome to LumiOps Design. And I am going to walk you through getting started, how to set up quick, and make sure that you're successful here out of the gate. So I'm already signed in. I'm going to go ahead and just drag an image into the box here. Now I can either use the full image or I can crop it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and crop this image. This is just a real simple image here. So we'll confirm the crop. The next thing is I'm greeted with the create your own measurement tool. So this is where I can set a known measurement and it will go ahead and scale the entire canvas so that everything I place on the canvas is an accurate line, an accurate measurement. Now, of course, you have to make sure that what you are placing is on the same plane as what your known measurements are. So we've got some common measurements here. This is just for some reference for you, but I'm going to go ahead and go with this. This house has a standard front door height, which is about 6.67 feet. And so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then I'm going to drag this and let off my mouse at the bottom, and I'll set this to 6.75 and set the scale. Now I can see my known measurement here. I don't need this line up here, so I'm just going to go up to my tool, calibration tool, and I could redraw it. I could change the length, hide the line, or delete it. I'm just going to go ahead and hide it so it's out of my way here. And now a couple things to pay attention to here is our tools. We have the draw tool, the edit tool. This is the pan tool. And then we have the calibration tool. We can go backwards or forwards. We can delete. We can reset the design. We've got an auto feature here. This works really well if you're on a pretty powerful computer that will handle rendering really nicely. If not, then I would just probably shut this off and stay in the fast mode. Fast mode is definitely best for editing. The design will be a little bit different. And then if you click on this, it'll switch over to quality mode. And this gives you a little bit more realistic design for the lights themselves. It kind of shows like the lens flare that you would get when you take a picture of a light. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the fast mode. The other thing here is I've got my darkness, so I can turn this before and after, or lighter and darker, I mean. And then I've got my before and after buttons here. And I also have my feet. I can toggle this on so that every line I draw, I can see the feet, and I can zoom in or zoom out. I can also do it with the mouse, of course. If I hold the space bar, I can pan and move it around. If I want to go back to my regular view, I'll just click this button. It'll take me back. So that's kind of the toolbar up top here. Of course, I've got my file where I can add a new project. I can look at my existing projects and pick something. I have my save as, and download. This is where I can download it as a JPEG, a PNG, or a GIF. All right, so going through here now, a couple things to help get you set up is the important thing is your active profiles. Now, for us, we have a Christmas light company, and we install certain lights on certain spacings. So we use C9s on a 12-inch spacing. We use a 36-inch spacing when we do trees. And so we can set these profiles to automatically be whatever you want them to be. So this makes it really fast for making your designs, and then it'll tell you exactly what you've designed. So for example, here I've got a C9 on a 12-inch spacing with a candy cane chase pattern. So if I grab my straight tool and I go and just mark this line here on the roof, then I can see here, and you can see I've got 44 feet. If I shut this feet off, that'll go away. But now I've got this candy cane chase, and I also have an animate button. So this is a active profile that's got an animation built into it. So if I just click play, I can see what that looks like. If I end up downloading the GIF, this is what it'll look like in the GIF. Okay, so I'm going to stop that, and then I'll kind of just show you, this is where you can manage those profiles, and you can build any profile that you want. So for example, if I want to do this candy cane chase and I just want to make some minor changes to it, I can just go ahead and duplicate it, and then I can change it all. We'll just say a red and green. And then from here, I can go in. If I want that to stay on the 12-inch, I can. I can change my default appearance of the bulb sizes and the strengths. So you can see this is that lens flare I was talking to you about. That's more the quality version. And then I can change my colorway here. So for example, I can go to a red and green, and I could just go static, right? So That way I know that this design doesn't move, and I can just save that. And now I've got that in my active profiles, and I can go get that at any time. Red and green static, and there it is. It's automatically assigned. And so I can draw a line, and I'm going to have it automatically. So it just makes it really fast to do that. So I can click on here and delete it. So pattern library, kind of go through this a little bit. So quick picks, this is really nice. So for example, let's just say that your company, you only sell 5 different kinds of different colors. So you could go in here and have your 5 colors, delete all the other ones, and then you'll be able to just pick from the 5 bulbs that your company uses all the time. And so you don't have to see things that you don't use. It makes it very, very fast for doing lights. The next thing is patterns. So manage the patterns. This is where you can go in and create new patterns. You can update existing ones. Pretty much anything that you want, this has the ability to do it. So I've got a bunch of static colors, and we've got some different pulses, scrolling, chasing, a whole bunch of different things here. If I click on any of these, it'll give me a preview. I can go in and change the mode to be any sort of effect that I want. Very, very good. And so any of these are, you have the ability to change these and modify them. If you want to, you can duplicate them and adjust them to something else. So a lot of variations here and a lot of abilities to make whatever changes that you want. You can create any new pattern as well. Just click a new pattern. You can change you can go to sequence, you can do random, gradients, all the different patterns, name it, save it, and then you'll have it as a colorway and a pattern that you can choose from to build your active profiles. Then we've got our light strand tools. So this is going to be a straight tool. That's what I showed you already. Curve tool, this works really great for doing trees. I'll give you a good example here. So let's just go ahead and switch over to a solid blue mini lights on a 6-inch spacing. So I'll go ahead and click my curve tool. And this is where you can even kind of draw of, when you do a circular pattern on a tree, right, with your mini lights. And that will automatically place all of those. It'll also keep track of the lineal feet there as you do that. And you can switch that over to the quality mode to see kind of what it looks like. I'm going to turn the feet off, and I can zoom in here and kind of check it out. So you see how when I zoom out, it goes back to the fast mode, so it keeps it moving. And then when I lock in, it updates that to the quality mode. So really, really nice. I'm going to back out here. And then polyline tool. So this is really great for like gables around doors. So for example, here, I'll just click here, another click, and a double click to finish. And now you can see I've got my lights here. Now, if I want to go in here and I can change these, I can click on those. If I right click on my mouse, the edit tool automatically comes up, and I can go in and I can change these to anything that I want. And I can also change my bulb size. If I want to go a little bit bigger, I can change my spacing. All of this is completely customizable, and my glow strength as well. All that I can do it however I want it there. All right. And then I've got my shrub tool. So this is really nice. So all you do here is you grab your shrub tool and you just go around whatever shrub you want to go around, and it automatically puts the lights on the shrubs. Makes it super, super fast. I can go into any of these and I can do any changing that I want to them. So I like to kind of take a quick peek at them here in the quality mode to see what they're going to look like. And you can change your bulb density. So if you want a little bit less, a little bit more, you can change that. I can go in here and add a different pattern, change the glow strength, anything that you want. From there, we've got our wrap tool. So this is really great. Obviously, we don't have a great column or a nice big tree, but I'll kind of just show you. So we'll dive in here we'll pretend this is a little bit bigger than what it is. If I grab my wrap tool, and let's just say the tree trunk was about this big. So I've got that, and I can come in here and select this. And then from here, I've got my bulb spacing, I've got the distance between the lights. So if I want those a little bit closer together, I've got my row spacing. If I want those a little further apart, wrap angle, I can change that however I'd like. And then I also have a sag where it makes it look a little more real, like it's kind of following around the post or the tree, whatever it is. And of course I can change those to any colors that I want as well. So very, very easy there. And your light burst tool. So this is a really good one. I'm sure you've probably seen the light bursts that they sell. Really neat here. I can grab any of these and change them. I can update the patterns. I can do whatever I want with the colors, just like I can with anything else. And I can add strands to it. I can add the bulbs per strand. So it's very customizable as well. And this one has a pattern to it. I can also adjust the speed of that if I don't like how fast it's going. So all that's customizable as well. The next thing here would be our architectural lighting. So this is where you can place spotlights. If you've got a spotlight on things, you can change these to do pretty much whatever you can think of. You can make it work. You can change the directions, the beam angle, the intensity, the feather, the distance, everything that you want there. You can change that. If you don't want something on the screen, you just click it and delete it, get it out of there. Very simple. All right. And we do have the next thing is going to be our straight tool. This is all for like permanent lights. So downward lighting can make that look very realistic. Same thing here where you can go in and make the changes that you want. You can change your spacing, change your fixture size, beam angle, the intensity, the distance, and the feather to make it look a little bit more realistic. So a lot of options there that you can do as well. You can come in here and add a scroll to it, whatever you want. So the next thing is going to be our overlay tool. So this house is a great example. As you can see here, this flag, clearly the lights are on top of it, and that wouldn't be the way that it is. So we can go in here to our mask tool, and I can just go ahead and really quick, I can highlight this entire thing, and I'm going to make sure that it is in the foreground. And this one you'll see here, I did this on purpose. I can't really get a really good trace on this part, so it ends up kind of looking funky. Now this I can go back in here and I can add a little bit to it, and then I can go to my poly mask tool because this pole is a little more straight and I can make some straight lines. So that's gonna put that in the foreground and make it a little bit more realistic looking. Just double click that, and now I've got that flag in the foreground and the lights are behind it. So way, way better there. We've got our decorations tool. Now this is where we can go in and we can add any decoration that we want, and you can make the changes to it and update them. There's editing there. Very, very good. So you've got, for example, here's this. You can set the scale on it. So for example, I've got this one set at 4 feet, and save and close. And that all I do is click it, comes up here to this corner, and then I can click and drag and add that to the design. If these are a little bit fake looking or whatever, I can go in here and fix these. So for example, if I hold shift and click both of them, I've got them both selected. I can turn the brightness up or down. I can add a little bit of blur because that way it matches the blur of the rest of the image. I can drop a shadow, change that shadow. I can change the aspect ratio. If they're a little off, I can move those around, kind of do it however I want. I can flip them, whatever I want to do there to make them look more realistic. So a lot of options there. You've got your layers here, where this is where you can actually put things on top of each other. If you've got something that needs to be in front of another thing, you can easily do that. So all you do is grab and drag, and they'll go wherever you want them to go. We've got our legend down here. So this will tell you what you've placed on the canvas, how long it is, how many strands, the colors, everything. And you can actually download this, export it as a CSV, and it'll give you an exact count of what you've got on the image. So yeah, really nice. You can go ahead and play that automation, that animation. You can go look at it in the quality mode. Any of these are adjustable. So for example, let's just say that the customer wants specific color lights in specific places. I can click on these and select them individually. I can even activate the painter, and I can pick specific bulbs to be specific colors. So let's just say the client wanted these in a blue color, so we can just make those. So any color bulb, you can do anything you want with it. Another example here is on your wraps. So just say you've got a multicolor, and kind of looks silly that a red bulb would be the first start every single time. So you just come in here and grab this, and you can actually just click randomize start, and that will make it random so that it looks like it's going all the way around the tree, not coming back in the same exact spot. So just another thing to give it a little bit more realism and make things look really good when you give it to the customer. And I know when we started using this, it made a massive difference on our sales. The client could actually see what we were trying to present, and they've been extremely happy with it. And we've done really well with it. So if you have any questions, let us know, but hope this helps.